Hello. So it's been a while since I've done a video. I just got really busy with things going on, and I promise I will get to Blender and Photoshop soon. So in this video, I just wanted it to be something quick about ways to test the work that you do for Second Life without having to pay the upload fees right away. So I'll be going through that. The first one is through the Second Life beta grid. I'll show you how to log on to that, which is where you can upload things for free. And then the second way is I'll show you how to be on the regular grid and to preview textures on your prims in World before you upload them. So it'll be a quick one, but hopefully these will be some tools that can help you and save you some L. It's pretty basic stuff though, so a lot of you might already know this. Okay, so the first thing you want to do before you go over to the beta grid is if you plan to upload mesh, you might need, I'm not sure if they're still requiring this, but they did when I did it. So you need to make sure that you take there's like a quiz that asks you questions about copyright infringement, and once you pass the quiz, you can have a status to upload mesh. And it looks like they might also be requiring you to have payment info on file. So yeah, I'm not sure if they're still requiring this, but you want to check these two things by going to the Second Life website, log into with your username, and over here in the left menu, you go to Account, and then there's a drop down and you go to Mesh Upload Status. Click here, and if there is something available for you that you need to do for to accept their terms, then you just complete that first, and then you should be okay to go. And check your payment info also if that's required. So okay, once that's done, then you can come over to open your client. I use Firestorm, so I'll just show how to do it on here. The location of some things might be different on the regular SL viewer or if you're using any other kind of third-party viewer. So anyway, this is for Firestorm. On the bottom with the login information, you should see where you have your name, password, and where you can log in to a location here. And then you should have a menu for what grid you want to log into. If you don't see these things, try going to the top here of the screen and go to Preferences, go to Viewer Preferences, and then go to, let's see, where would it be? So at least to get the location to show up on the login where you can enter a location to log into, under General tab it says Start Location. There's a drop down here, and you can there's a checkbox that says Show on Login. So you do want to check that on so that you have the option to choose where you can log into from the login screen if that's not already on. If you have your screen open, your viewer, and you don't have an option down here to choose what grid to log on to, I found where it is. At the top of your screen, and this is for Firestorm, go to the top, go to Viewer, Preferences, and go to the Advanced tab, and then you'll see Allow Login to Other Grids. Check that on, click OK, and then it pops up, and from there you can choose Second Life Beta. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is type in your regular login name, and just type your name and your password, and then on the grid you want to choose from the menu Second Life Beta. So make sure that you choose Second Life Beta, because it's a totally different grid than the regular Second Life. grid. When they both have names, but I think the beta grid is called a DT or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, then come over here to the home menu, and you want to choose type region name so that you can type this in mesh space sandbox space 1. This is just where I always log into. If you know of another sim that you can log into, you can type the name of that, but the sims are different than what is on the regular Second Life grid. So this one I know works. So and then of course you have your password, which I'm not sure why mine didn't save. So there, and then log in. And this should log me into Mesh Sandbox 1, which is just a big sandbox where you can play just like sandboxes on the regular grid. Okay, so once you're logged in, you will see, it takes a minute, you will see at the top of the screen where you have your currency balance. Mine is hidden right now, but you'll have a amount of money up here. That is just free money to let you upload your stuff for free here. So my avatar is pretty like busted because I'm wearing things that I was working on making in Blender, so ignore that. But so here you are. It looks just like the regular grid. You have your inventory. It's not, I don't think it's up to date, so some of the stuff that you own on the regular grid might not be available for you on this beta grid. That's kind of unimportant unless you use like certain mesh bodies or something to test with. You want to check and see if those are available for you on the beta grid. If not, you might only just be able to test stuff like your own original mesh and textures and animations and stuff like that that you upload. So let's say that I want to upload a piece of mesh. I do it just like I do on the regular grid. Go to the plus sign here in the inventory window and go to upload model. And then I'm just going to go over to a folder where I was just working in to finish a project, and I'm going to upload this that I was working on. And I'm going to upload my LODs, low and lowest. There. So just calculate, and this is a really good way to work where you can check if you have things you need to change and make a million revisions without having to pay a new upload fee each time. So you definitely want to utilize this if you can. So the preview should roughly be the same. I mean, once in a while here or there's been maybe a glitch somewhere that what I see here on the beta grid wasn't exactly the same as on the regular grid, but for the most part, like 99% of the time, it's the same as far as the way that textures appear and the way the mesh uploads and stuff like that. So here it is. It's just the same thing as you would have on the regular grid. You can just texture it, see how it works out, and if there's a mistake, again, you have the freedom to correct it without paying for the upload. So that's the beta grid, and I'm going to go ahead and log out of there. Well, actually, I'll just jump over to, I'm over in the regular grid now. So let me log out of here first, and I'm on the regular grid. So here I am, and as you can see, I have the same object over here that I was just working on for my project, and this is where I uploaded it. I paid to upload it. So I'm going to show you local textures now. Basically, local textures is a way to check the way that your textures are going to look on your prims, textures that you have saved to your computer, without paying the upload fee first. So I'm just going to res a cube and act like this is the object that I want to texture, and I'll just choose a random texture that I made. Go to the texture tab in your edit menu, once you right click on the object you want to edit, texture tab, and then click on the texture box, and it opens this window here, and you go to local, because the other alternative is just your inventory. This takes all the textures out of your inventory that are already in Second Life. So you want to click local, and then this will access your computer, the files on your computer. Click add, and then I'm going to go to my store folder and go to my inventory and textures, and I want to just choose a floor tile that I created and see how it looks in world. So click open. Now once it has the texture here listed here, you want to just click on that texture to get it to show up. Click OK, and then you can see how it looks in world for free. However, keep in mind that if you are not on your avatar, so in other words anyone else around you will not see this texture this way. It'll just show up as gray. So only you are able to see your local textures that are on your computer for free. So I'll show you what that looks like. Basically what everyone else will see is this gray color. So what you want to do though is when you're working with local textures, one mistake that I make a lot that you need to be careful for is sometimes when I'm uploading my final project and I went and made a change on a texture and I wanted to check and see, like, you know, actually I'm noticing I did the mistake right here, so that's a good example. So say that I was checking where this is gray right here, I was checking to see what that texture would look like there on the top, and as you can see it's gray here. That's because I forgot to apply the final uploaded texture, so it's still using the local texture on this one here. So say that I was just previewing what was it going to look like before I upload it. I think it's this one that goes there on that one. So it looks fine to me, but what I forgot to do was upload it once I was happy with the texture, upload it in world, and then apply the uploaded texture to the top here. So the danger in that is that if you forget to upload the final texture and apply the uploaded texture from your inventory, if you forget to do that, your texture will show up as gray to an outsider. So you'll go and package your item and put it for sale, and then someone will buy it, res it, and it will be gray up here because it's using the local texture and they can't see that. So always check your final products, pass them to another avatar or to someone else to check, to res them, and make sure that all your textures are uploaded from your inventory, from the SL grid, and not from your local files on your computer, because that's a mistake that I make a lot. So the difference from using local texture is in your inventory you're going to use wherever you uploaded the final texture that you paid for. So I'm going to go to my event, and I always keep a textures folder in my events folders where I uploaded all my final textures. So I think this one was called top 1. So just apply it, and there you go. Make sure that it's the same. Another way to check that it's the right texture is to click on the texture box here in the edit menu, and it'll point to what file it used for the texture, and as you can see I'm in my inventory, so I know that I uploaded this texture and it's safe to go. So that is local textures, a nice free way. Just be careful, use with caution, and remember to always check your work in the end to make sure you avoid leaving the local textures on and having this problem with the gray faces. So that was a quick one. I hope it helps, and if you already know all of this, then I hope you are able to continue to use this. And if you have any questions, like maybe about how to access anything on a different viewer, or something that I missed or wasn't clear on, just let me know. Alright, and talk to you next time. Bye.